Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm going to be building a brand new account from scratch, and the purpose is to get it to a point where it could earn bonds fairly easily week after week, because right now the price of bonds is insane, bordering on 5 to 6 mil, which is way too much. So I think knowing an account build that can earn you bonds quite easily is going to be really useful. I am going to be going through every single step with you guys from scratch. All of the training that I do, money that I earn, quests, is all going to be included directly from level 3. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoy and let's get started. Now, as we're starting with absolutely no money, the first step is to just pick something up off the ground, and the ground exchange has a lot of ashes around, so we're going to go ahead and grab those. We just need enough money to buy an axe. Now you can actually just go ahead and buy a steel axe, as unlike some of these other videos, I actually want to start off by doing a quest. And the quest is Monk's Friend. It is a novice level quest you can do at level 1. The only thing we need to do is get over there, and the easiest way to do that is to pull the wilderness lever twice, go to Ardoon, and then down to the monastery. That will get us to level 12 or 13 woodcutting without ever actually having to chop a regular tree, which I think in the end will save us a little bit of time. Okay, so we ended up selling enough ashes to buy a Varrock teleport, an axe, as well as the quest items, which is an empty jug as well as a regular log. So now I'm going to go ahead and pull the wilderness lever, and now we're in Ardoon, and we're just going to run down to start the quest. The Monk's Friend quest is extremely easy to do, and you get like a freaking dance party at the end, so I'm always a fan of that. But there we go, that gets us level 13 woodcutting, which is a nice boost to start off this account. Alright, we used our Varrock teleport to teleport back to, well, Varrock, and we're going to go ahead and buy a few more items while we're here. We're going to buy a steel axe, as I want to get to level 15 woodcutting so we can move on to oak logs. Now the whole purpose of getting our woodcutting level up is to eventually have access to the woodcutting guild, and the reason for that is there is a really easy to access sawmill there, which we can take advantage of to make pretty decent consistent money. Okay, there we go. That is level 15 woodcutting. From here, we're going to go to Draenor Village, which has one of the closest oak logs to a bank. And then we're going to train our woodcutting all the way from level 15 to 35, at which point we'll move on to teak trees. I'm predicting that getting to 60 woodcutting will take maybe 4 to 6 hours, depending on our efficiency. Luckily, it is a very quick skill to train, and that's kind of the reason why you can do this in a pretty short time period and still get access to a good moneymaker. We're also going to go ahead and buy a mithril axe in advance, so we don't have to come back to Varrock. So just east of the bank in Draenor Village is a oak tree, which we're going to camp here all the way till 35. I really hope we get some bird nests as well, as that will help us get a bit of early game money. There is level 21 woodcutting. We can now switch over to the mithril axe, which will increase our XP per hour. Now you could switch over to willows, but I just don't find it that worth it. I think oak trees are actually better till 35, but that's just my opinion. There is level 31 woodcutting, really not bad. It took us maybe half an hour, 40 minutes to get. The levels fly by pretty quickly. Now we need to go ahead and buy an adamant axe from the ground exchange, and if we have enough money, we may grab a rune axe as well. Now a really good early game teleport to Varrock is the Chronicle, which we're going to grab from Diango. I think it's only around 300 GP in total for the teleport and the teleport card, and we'll probably take advantage of it a few times. Okay, so we got, I think, 3 or 4 bird's nests, and we're going to sell them off for around 10k just from the empty nests. Now once I go ahead and sell off everything, we should actually have enough for both a rune axe and an adamant axe, which will save us a lot of time later, and we will not actually need the dragon axe, as we can't get it to level 61 woodcutting, and that is past our goal anyway. And there we go, that is level 35 woodcutting. We can now cut teak trees, which I believe are going to be quicker even at these lower levels. Alternatively, you could stay here till 41 woodcutting and then grab a rune axe and go over to teak. It doesn't matter too much either way. I think the time is going to be pretty similar. The only teak tree that we can have really access to at a low level is the one by Castle Wars. I would like to keep the teak logs and sell them later, but we'll just have to make a bit of money later to afford making the planks. And I don't really think it's worth running back to Castle Wars with the teak logs. So we went ahead and bought a Ring of Dueling. We have our axes, and we'll start chopping some teak logs. There is a level 41 woodcutting. We can now equip our rune axe, and in hindsight, I would probably recommend just chopping oak trees or willow trees to 41, as I think teaks are actually maybe slower with an adamant axe, surprisingly slow, and definitely a lot more people here, so you'd be fighting over the teak tree more frequently. There was level 50 woodcutting. That took around 2 hours or an hour and a half, I think. I'm predicting 4 to 5 hours in total. Now we're actually going to time save a bit and only go to level 59 woodcutting because you can buy an Axeman's Folly from the Grand Exchange, which boosts your woodcutting level by 1. Now I have so many questions. What happened to this clip? I don't even understand how that happened. But anyway, we're at the Grand Exchange right now selling off a bunch of stuff. Now we've been banking a few of our teak logs, but really only when we get a bird's nest. So we have around 200 teak logs and a few willow seeds and empty nests. So that's actually going to add up to a fair bit of money. Overall, you probably only need 150k to 200k to actually start this method. So I think we're actually going to get enough money just from the natural nest drops. Ideally, you'd have maybe around 300 or 400k, but we can just start off making regular planks, which are pretty cost effective, and then move up when we have more money. Okay, there's level 58 woodcutting. If you really wanted to save a bit of time here, you could buy an Axeman's Folly matured. I wouldn't recommend it as they're around 30,000 GP each, and you need to do that every time you want to enter the guild. So we're going to go ahead and get one more level, as the regular Axeman's Folly, which gives you a +1 boost, is only around 1000 GP. There we go, there's level 59 woodcutting. Optionally, you could go to 60, but it's going to save us around 30 or 40 minutes, so I think it's worth it. So now we're done with woodcutting, we can go ahead and get the Hosidius House Favor, and then we can start the method. Alright, so we went back to Varrock, and we kind of have an interesting selection of items we need to buy. We went ahead and sold off pretty much everything, which brought us up to 180k, which I think should be enough money. Now the easiest way by far to get Hosidius House Favor is by combining saltpeter and compost. Now you can only do that at 5% favor, so we're going to have to push a plow back and forth for at least 5 or 10 minutes. And going from 5% to 100%, you can use the saltpeter method, which is by far the easiest. Overall, you can do this in 1 hour if you're one ticking the saltpeter, otherwise it'll take you probably closer to 2. Now technically you only need 75% Hosidius House Favor to access the Woodcutting Guild, but I would highly recommend just getting 100%, locking in the favor, and then you don't ever have to worry about this again. So I went ahead and bought 950 of the saltpeter. We're going to buy 950 compost from a shop once we get to Zaya. We're going to buy 4 of the Axeman's Folly, a skills necklace just for an easy teleport, as well as we're going to buy 2,000 logs, and we're going to leave the rest of our money in cash. Now unfortunately you can't actually teleport to Zaya without going there once. However, it is still going to be a convenient teleport, so I think buying these skills necklace is still going to be worth it. But mainly I forgot that you had to go there first, and so now we have one. Okay, once you've gone to Draenor and gone to Zaya, at least once we can teleport to the Woodcutting Guild, which I think is still going to be a little bit closer to Hosidius, so yeah, totally worth it. Now one thing I actually forgot to buy was a hammer, but that's not a problem because we need to go to the Hosidius town anyway to buy our compost, and we can just pick up a hammer while we're there. Okay, so first up we're going to go to the general store and we're going to buy a hammer. Oh wow, there's a lot of random stuff here. Okay, and after that we're going to buy 950 compost from the farming stall. You need 10 of the compost packs. I would recommend just a lot easier. Otherwise you can buy 100 of the compost and hop worlds 10 times. Kind of up to you. There we go, we invested in 1000 compost, and that will be enough to get 100% Hosidius House Favor. Now we're just going to run a little bit to the south and start pushing the plow. Okay, this is the biggest bullshit method of all of them. It takes around 10 or 15 minutes to get 5% favor, and then the last 95% takes you around 45 minutes or an hour or something like that. I hate this method, but anyway, you have to do this all the way till 5%. You do need a hammer because it will occasionally break and you need to repair it. But yeah, just keep pushing. It's really slow and terrible. Okay, we got a nice candid shot here. There we go, we have 5% Hosidius House Favor and level 2 farming, coincidentally. From here we need to go to a bank. Any bank will do, but we're going to go to the one in Hosidius. So now all you need to do is withdraw 14 of the saltpeter and 14 of the compost and combine them together. Now you can do it the AFK way where you wait for them to combine naturally, or you can click them together. It's going to save you a lot of time by one ticking it, but it's a lot more work. It's kind of up to you. For the sake of this video, we're going to go ahead and one tick it because it'll be quicker. Now we finished up with all of these saltpeters, and all we need to do is turn them into the clerk. He is located in the middle of all of the saltpeter stacks, and conveniently he can take them all from your bank, so it's really easy. There we go, there's 100% Hosidius House Favor. Now an extra step here, although not required, is talking to Hosa and locking in your favor. I would highly recommend it as it does degrade as you get other favor stats up. Okay, I think you just have to talk to this guy. It's not very clear when it's locked in your favor or not. So I think I've done it, or potentially I need to go talk to the Hosidius architect, but anyway. Alright guys, we are finally done. We can go ahead and enter the Woodcutting Guild. We just need to drink our Axeman's Folly to get in, And there we go. Once your woodcutting level has fallen back down to 59, it doesn't matter. They won't kick you out or anything. Now what I really like about this method is it's really easy to scale up as you get more money. First up, we can start by making regular logs, which is going to net you around 400k to 500k an hour, depending on your efficiency. As you get more money, you can go up to teaks and then mahoganies. Further past that, you can start investing in skills necklaces and dueling rings, and you can actually increase the speed by teleporting to the woodcutting guild and then teleporting back to Castle Wars, banking, and doing that to go back and forth instead of running. So there is a lot of ways to scale this up further. Now you'll definitely need stamina potions. I went ahead and bought a few on the Grand Exchange, but we don't have a lot of money. So I only got a couple. Getting some extra agility levels would really help out. Keeping in mind that graceful does not actually help you out much when you are running the entire time, so getting agility levels is going to be better. Now the method itself is very simple. Just withdraw a bunch of cash, logs, 27 logs to be precise, and then run from the bank down to the sawmill. It should only take you around 20 or 30 seconds. It should only take you around 25 or 30 seconds to do a run because it is very close. Once you get there, you just go ahead and click buy planks and then right click on the log that you're creating and buy all. From there, you're just going to run back, and that is it. Very simple. Now, depending on margins, these are the general GP rates that you can get. Regular planks, somewhere between 400 and 500k. Oak planks are often very similar. Teak planks can get upwards of 500 or 600k, and mahogany planks, at max efficiency, you can probably get 800 or 900k an hour. Again, really depending on the margin between the plank and the log. So lots of options, lots of room for growth, and I think this is a really good introductory money-making method. So that is it, guys. In total, I think this took me around 7.5 hours to create this account. Not bad. You could probably do it in 7 hours if you're efficient, but to be conservative, let's say it took 8 hours to create. Right now, to earn a bond with it, it would probably take you 10 hours because bonds are so goddamn expensive. But once you get more money, you could get that down to maybe 5 or 6 hours. As an introductory money-making method, I think it's really good. It's very consistent. This will always make you money, as the price between construction items and resource items is always going to have a pretty big margin. It's not a weird niche method. It's a very standard money-making method that you can get on a brand new account after around 8 hours. Anyway, guys, that is it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to leave it a like. I would appreciate it, and I will see you next time.